Welcome, everyone. I'm Corinna Arnold, and this is your April Energy Update. Okay, let's get started. Where do I even start? It's been an interesting month, that's for sure. March has been intense, is a word for it. Revolutionary, spiritual revolution is what I'm hearing. Challenging, peaceful for some, busy for others. I know some people on lockdown are quiet, others are not. They're busy doing a plethora of other things to keep up with everything and all the changes. I am one of them. So it seems busier to me, but that's okay. I had a little mini breakdown yesterday, and some of you that might have seen my Facebook page, it was interesting. I think I was just, I was responding to just the mass amounts of fear we've been seeing. And don't get me wrong, we've been seeing the best of humanity at the same time. But even just going out to a grocery store yesterday, for the most part, everyone was lovely. Everyone was lovely, but being as empathic as I am, like I said, everyone was polite, people were smiling, they were being respectful around distance. There was this underlying energy of fear I could feel in the majority of people there, and just being saturated in it. And throughout the last couple of weeks, being saturated around that energy, I think I just kind of had a bit of enough. And you know, I think what came through for me is a level of frustration that fear is what it's actually got us into this to some extent. And fear is not what it's going to get us out of it. And though I have great compassion for the level of fear, I have great compassion for everyone's struggle and even my own struggle. It hasn't always been easy. I felt like the little girl on the playground that used to say to people, can we not just all love each other? You know, I'll tell you a story. When I was young, I used to make macaroni necklaces all the time. And I had so much joy. I remember, I'm dating myself now, but remember macaroni necklaces? And you'd get the yarn and you'd paint the macaroni and you'd spend hours doing it. And I remember making it for some kids at school. And I was probably in kindergarten. I'm sure it was the first year I was there because I was only going half days. I remember doing it in the morning and letting them dry and taking them to school and handing them out. And I remember one girl saying to me, why would you do this? In kind of a snarky tone. And in that moment, I recognized, oh, this isn't like home. Does that make sense? I just recognized in that moment I was in a different place. And it struck me, and it never left me. That memory's always been with me. I remember thinking in that moment, oh, hold on. There's rules here. And not everyone comes with such an open heart. Some people are closed. Some people think you have agendas. There's all this other stuff going on here. And even at that young age, I understood it. It was like an awakening that happened. And I'm sure at that point probably guarded myself a little bit more. But that was ignited in me a little bit yesterday. I was just in that energy of the girl on the schoolyard who just kept having the message, can we not just all love each other? And certainly that's the opportunity here, isn't it? That's the opportunity that we're awakening to. And is certainly what I'm seeing in the field. But I think being saturated in a lot of fear in different ways in my life, I just needed to move the energy. And so hence my post about hope on Facebook. I had a little mini temper tantrum for about probably 3 or 4 minutes. And then a photo had popped up while I was looking for something in my photos about hope. And then I got a beautiful package about 15 minutes later from a friend who just wanted to share her gifts of kindness and some unconditional love for someone. And I thought, okay, yeah, right, it's still here. It's still here. Take a breath. Take a breath. And eventually it's going to be the overriding energy here. And that I have faith in. And I know that's where we're going. But right now, pooh, boy, it's been interesting. Also to have to sit in your own energy, right? That's happening for a lot of people. And finally having time to just sit, to actually have to be home in a situation that might be uncomfortable for you, to actually be on your own and in your own space, and that might make you feel uncomfortable. There's so much potential for awakening in the field right now on so many different levels. And haven't you seen that in people? I mean, I know I have. I knew there was a new wave of awakening in the last year or two, especially in the fall. I could feel morsels, what I call coming online. And I was been guided to go back to some fundamental teachings. I think that's primarily what Tyler and I are doing on our Divine Connections channel. But the awakening I'm seeing in others is a beautiful thing. And so that's what I just keep tying into. I keep tying into that vibration of hope in knowing that we're being guided to a beautiful place. In my grocery store shopping, they had some tulips out, and oh boy, if I needed some spring energy. Where I live, it's still snowing. It was snowing all week. It was very, 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 very cold, and I was kind of over it. So, and Easter's coming, and to see those beautiful tulips, oh, I couldn't help myself but to buy some. They were just exactly what my soul needed. Again, it's that energy of hope, that there's always something to be hopeful for. And I know throughout my whole life, the energy of hope is what's got me through. In the toughest of times, always feeling like tomorrow will be better. And sometimes it was, and sometimes it wasn't. But then it was the next tomorrow, or the next tomorrow, or just the next moment. You know, in my next heartbeat, I could be free of what I'm feeling now in a better place of hope and love in my life. And that has certainly happened to me many, many times, where I've been able to fall out of an egoic moment and straight into spirit just with a couple breaths of reconnecting back in. So that's what I'm seeing in humanity, you know, and then within my own self, and having to sit with some of the discomfort of some things and process and move through that. And that's why we're here, right? That's what we're here to assist in this massive change. So with that being said, I'm going to pull some cards. I'm going to do, this is not like we've done in the last couple of months, because obviously Tyler and I aren't in the same room, don't have all the fancy lighting, not going to have any of the editing where you're going to see the cards pop up and all that kind of stuff. I'm going back old school when I just used to record it live and put it up on the tube, and there you go. I might get Tyler to do the intro. We'll see if he can add that in. But other than that, it's just going to be like when I used to be live with you and do live energy updates. So it's not live, but it's definitely going to be shuffling the cards and tuning into the energy and asking with you right now what it is we most need to know. Interesting. I just heard patience is a virtue. Patience is a virtue. Isn't that true? And they just said to me, it's one of the things that life has taught you, Corinna, is patience. And that is very true. And I think it's teaching that, there's a card that popped out, teaching that for all of us, right? Patience. I just heard good things come to those that wait. So I think this month is an energy of patience, an energy of knowing that good things come to those that wait. Of course, as I'm saying that, that's the card that popped out, was the cornucopia card, 11, the master number. Again, and they've talked about this often in the last few months in energy updates that I've done, is this is a year of self-mastery, the potential for self-mastery on many different levels, on a soul level, on a human level, on a collective level. There's the potential here to tap into the energy of self-mastery and good things come to those who wait. I love how this works. As I'm saying that, the card pops out. Yeah, there's no lack in the field is what they keep reminding me, and they reminded us of that last month. But this is what's available to us, right? Just this cornucopia of energy that's out there for us if you communicate energetically to the universe, as I do, tapping into that new energy frequency that's here for you, that higher vibrational frequency, bringing that abundance of energy into your field, into your daily routines, into your home. I just heard there's some type of cellular regeneration that's going on right now as part of these new light frequencies that are coming in. So there's a cellular regeneration, and it's almost like they're using the word like reverberation, like I can see what they're showing me as cells moving faster, reverberating at a higher level is what they're showing me. I just had another card pop. Oh, 2 cards pop out. Okay. So I'll get into those cards in a minute. I'm going to go to these cards and then we'll pick for some other decks. So the 2 cards that just fell out was 22. So hey, 11, 22, right? Good things come to those that wait. There's plenty of energy, possibility, frequency. There's no lack. It's all there for us in the field. They just said, even for those that have fear around losing work, losing jobs, stay open to the possibility of money coming to you or resources coming to you. They said more than money, resources coming to you in ways that you never expected. What's happening here is as old systems are having to shut down to cope with what's happening here with the virus, and old economy systems are having to shut down, work situations having to shut down. And yes, there is the very strong potentiality for many of us that we might not have the same jobs we had at the beginning of this. Be open. They just showed me, open your whole energy, your whole heart energy up to the fact that this is an abundant universe that can bring the resources to you in a plethora of different ways that you may not thought possible before. What happens is we restrict co-creation, is what they're saying, when we only think that resources and abundance can come in one form. So in the form of a job, in the form of certain types of money streaming in the form of whatever type of assistance we're used to, or whatever kind of channel of energy exchange we're used to. And there's potentiality for resources and everything you need, though it might be a simpler form, because they just said we're figuring out what we really, really need every day. What do we need? What don't we need? To come to from different types of places, whether it's other people, whether it's other systems, whether it could be a different government system, it could be people in your community. Stay open to possibility. Open your heart up, is what they keep saying. Open your heart up to potentiality of abundance coming to you in many other different forms that you were restricted to because of the way we've been trained to see things, is what they just said to me. This is the energy that's here right now for us. We are attempting to find balance on Earth. Mother is attempting to find balance within her own energy frequency, and because of that, and in contribution to that, we as well are finding balance within our own energy systems. The government systems will be attempting to find balance. The economic system is attempting to find balance in a new way, in a different way. And the longer this extends out, the more holistic and newly entrenched a new way will become available to us. Does that make sense? So it's this, thank you, they're talking about this golden energy, this golden ray of energy that's come in, that's clearing the way for something else new to be seen. And what's being attempted right now is a balance. Because what they're showing me is we've been so out of balance for so long, where certain forces on Earth have had, I guess, do you want to say more power or more influence? And so there's this teeter-totter energy that's been happening, and we're attempting to find balance. They're talking about coherence in the field, where we're finding some sense of balance, also within ourselves and externally, within the male and female, within all of us, of finding balance, allowing both those sides of us to work together to find solutions, allow both the masculine and the female to come together to work solutions, balance. We are attempting as a collective to bring balance into the field on many different levels. Balance between spirit and body, right? Balance between male and female within ourselves. Balance between movement and rest. Balance. We've been out of balance for way too long. And so this is what this is attempting to bring to us, is a sense of balance back into our world. And again, they keep saying the longer the duration, though they said many of you don't want to hear this, the more entrenched a new possibility becomes, a new vibrational frequency will be able to take hold in the field. Okay. The other card that we got was adjacent possibilities. Again, I think talking about this cornucopia thing, those two things are aligned. There are numerous possibilities where we as a collective can take this. When we thought there was just one way to go, maybe one way to the end, now the universe is opening up potentiality in other ways, opening up additional doorways of us being able to perhaps start to see things from a different perspective, perhaps try to move in another direction, in one that is serving our highest soul's essence, our highest purpose here on earth. They just said to me, please be open to other possibilities, other gateways of possibility opening in your life. They keep showing me blinders, when you see the horses with those blinders on, because they want the horses just to focus on going straight ahead and not get distracted about what's happening around them. They just said these blinders have not been serving us for some time. It's entrenched us into an old belief system, an old frequency that's no longer in service to humanity. So it's about removing the blinders to completely stay open to seeing the newness of the energy that's here, to see the new possibilities that are opening up for everyone. What else has been here the whole time that we haven't been able to see? And they're bringing me back to, when the Europeans came over, and there's an old story of when the Europeans came over, and the native people to the land couldn't even see the ships because they didn't have a reference point. And it's that kind of same energy that's out there right now, where we've only been able to see certain things. They're using the word programmed to look this way, to look directly in front of us. And what they're asking us to do, and this is giving us the potential to do it, and the opportunity is the word they're using, let the blinders go, and let's see what else is out there. What else is out there in the field for us? What else is out there as possibilities that we have not seen yet? Because we've been so busy and so distracted. I just said again, we've been distracted from the truth. And on many different levels, the truth from within, the truth externally, the truth in the collective, the truth of the multiverse of the universe. There's so much truth to still be witnessed, exposed, seen, heard, and it's time. They just said to me, we're mature enough to handle this. We're not children. Our souls are, in their words, grand enough, experienced enough, mature enough to be able to handle the truth, to be able to be exposed to the truth, and to be able to witness and bear witness to change on a level that they're just saying no generation to date, in the timelines we understand at least, have seen. He just said to me, you're the chosen ones to come forward, and you're strong enough. You're strong enough to do this, and you're strong enough to see the truth. And we're strong enough to start opening our minds to other possibilities out there. That there's things that we haven't even considered as a possibility in this universe. They keep calling it a multiverse. They keep saying it's a multiverse. Okay, I'm going to pull another couple cards from the Quantum Oracle card deck. So just continuing our conversation with them and asking for more guidance on what it is we most need to know for the month of April. I just heard stay open, right? Stay open. The card that just popped out was the card of optimism. Oh, they're bang on today, right? They just said stay open. This is the card that popped out. Does that not look like open energy? She's just there. She's optimistic to the new dawn. She's open. She's just open. This is what they're asking you to do in April. Stay open. What else is here for you? What else is here to be witnessed? Look at all the fruit she has here as this doorway, as this gateway, at this opening, that as the new dawn energy comes in, as we walk away from what we have known. They just said into a new, almost like a Garden of Eden energy. Stay open. Stay optimistic in April. Help to create a new vision. Help to elevate your level of consciousness. What they're telling me is, don't get stuck in the minutia of what's happening day to day. Stay open to possibility, optimism, and what is the new vision. If you were to dream into a new world, what would it look like? A new world for yourself, a new world for Mother Earth, a new world in the multiverse. What does it look like for you? What does that look like? And they just said, do you have the eyes to see? Do you have the eyes to see? Do you have the eyes to see? And they said you do. So I'll just ask for one more card. Yeah. We got the travel card, but we're, because we're not taking travel right now, but we're traveling into new territory is what they just said to me. That's the travel we're doing. We're traveling into the new vision, and it is an event on Earth like nothing else we have ever seen. We're traveling into a new vision. We're traveling into a new vibration. And it's interesting because they're like, we're all behind closed doors, but we're traveling into something new together. How amazing is that? They just said what it's teaching us is It's not necessarily always the action piece. It's not always necessarily the busyness piece. What it's saying is you're co-creating in each moment within your own heart. Even behind closed doors, there's, in third dimensional perspective, there's always been some piece that we've had to move, and they said that will not completely go away at this point. But as part of self-mastery, what you're learning is co-creation starts within the heart. Co-creation starts within an inner vision. Co-creation allows you to travel into a new level of consciousness. And they just said you travel on the energy of optimism. You travel on the energy of open optimism. That's the energy you travel with. That's the energy you're going to co-create a new vision with. That's the energy you're going to co-create a new world with. So they're just saying to me now, in this month, use this time wisely. As you're starting to settle in, they just said to me, as you've done your baking and you've done your busyness, and I think they're referring to me and maybe many other people. I've been so busy, but I'm still like, I'm going to teach myself how to make bread now. I'm going to go back to, I hadn't made cinnamon buns probably for 20 years. All of a sudden I'm like, I'm going to make cinnamon buns. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to clean out the pantry, and I still had tons of stuff I had to do from a physical perspective. There's this sense of busyness, and it's like, no. This is why they've closed the doors to busyness. Because they said, you want to co-create a new consciousness, it has to start here. You want to co-create a new vision, it has to start within. And then they said, one day the doors will open and we'll be able to put it into action. But it doesn't start with action. It doesn't start with the busyness. It starts from within. It starts from within. Okay? Anything else they want to say? I'm just going to pull some Archangel Metatron cards. Beloveds, if you haven't started working with Archangel Metatron, I'm going to encourage you to do so. His energy right now on the earth plane is very strong. His purpose, intention, assistance, along with many other ascended masters, and all light beings that are here to assist us right now, your whole spirit team. But the reason why his energy is so strong in the field right now is he's part of the ascension process, right? And this is what we're going through. So if you haven't tapped into his energy, if you haven't started working with him or just calling on him and asking for assistance, the other thing, and I just taught this in my level 3 class that I'm really being called to talk to, is start looking into activating your Merkaba. Start using Metatron's cube. Start using sacred geometry. You have the time now to understand it. Start igniting that vibrational frequency within your field. Call on these masters of light to assist you right now. Connect in with them because they're here to help. Call on your divine team, is what I just heard, because you're never alone. This is the card that just popped out of my hand. The void. Retreat, rest, and pause. They're going to help you connect into the void, beloveds. Into that place of everything and nothing, right? Into that place of everything and nothing. And that's what we're being called to go back to momentarily, to help create a new vision, to help ground the new light frequency in, because you're all conduits for it. And some of you might have been energetically feeling that and feeling that in your body. But the Merkaba definitely will help you through the ascension process of connecting into the void. I was just teaching this in my class, so it's so funny it's coming up again, but of course not, because everything is aligned. But one of the things that I studied many years ago is The Flower of Life by Drumvlo Melchizedek, and understanding and activating your Merkaba. And Archangel Metatron and his ability to utilize sacred geometry is part of what's happening here and part of the process of understanding. But it will definitely assist you in going to that place of everything and nothing. And that's that place that we have to connect into. They said, while the doors are closed, while we're in a state of respite care. It's interesting. They just said it's like respite care. We have time to go to that place. So they just showed me thumbs up where they're encouraging that. Just going to see if the other card wants to come up. This is the other card that just flipped over. Signs. So watch for the signs, especially in the nature world, because they are definitely coming out of the woodwork now. I've seen more animals now that it's quiet. I have deer walking by my door. I've actually seen cougars in the city. There's more animals now because it's become quiet where they're coming in. So watch for the signs. Watch for the signs. They just said to me, as you tune in, as you continue to tap into that place of everything and nothing, as you activate your energy frequency, as you start creating a vision for your life, watch where you're being guided through the signs of the universe, and they often use nature to do that. What is nature telling you? What are the signs you're receiving? They just said to me, as we're all behind closed doors, again, it's this internal process for the month of April of needing to go within, needing to connect into our inner knowledge, needing to connect into our inner voice, needing to connect into that everything and nothing space of the void, where we are constantly in communication with the divine, where we're working on our skills of telepathy with others, where there's this new way of connecting in with other beings is what we're being taught right now. There's new ways of connecting into the universal hum is what they just said. This hum of energy, this hum of existence, this that's always here. They keep saying Om. So Om, that hum of Om. That's what we're tapping into, because that's the place. That's the place. Let's see if one more card wants to pop out in the Metatron deck. This one. Silver, you're a warrior of light. They just said to me, remember who you are. Remember why you've come. You're a warrior for the light. I just heard let light rain. Let light rain. Harness the energy of light that's within you. Harness the new light frequencies that are coming in. Be the conduit for which they are grounded here on the earth plane. Let light rain. Be a conduit for love. Be a conduit for light. And see what that new vibration brings up in yourself to be released. And stand in the vibration of love when you're met with fear. Stand in the vibration of abundance when you're met with lack. Be courageous enough to give when you don't have enough, because you're not afraid that more won't come to you. Stand in your light. Stand in your light. You are a warrior for light. Let light rain. Let light rain this month. Let light rain. I'm going to ask a question about what we most need to surrender into for the month of April, or out of for the month of April. What do we need to surrender into or out of place for the month of April? They just said to me, please stop wishing for it to be different than what it is. It's not helping. It doesn't help. We're learning the energy of acceptance and surrender. And so when you're wishing it for it to be something that it's not, that's what causes the anxiety. That's what causes the fear. What they want you to surrender into the energy of just being exactly where it is and knowing that there's a higher purpose to all of it, which they know is really, really challenging. Again, they just said to me, this is a master class and you're up for the challenge. You're up for the challenge. You are in a master class. All of you is what they just said. And you're up for it. You're up for it. Okay, what do we need to surrender into and out of, please, for the month of April? What do we need to surrender into or out of for the month of April, please? Need to surrender into or out of for the month of April. Okay. I can't make this stuff up, guys. That's why I love it so much. I just love the universe and my divine team. Surrender to non-action. It's not what they've been saying. Surrender. Surrender to what is. Surrender to having to be still. Surrender into non-action, because that's what's going to connect you, right? Now is the time to be still and not act. So what they were, that's what they were saying before, right? What they were saying was, now's the time to be still. Now's the time in April to go to the void. Now's the time to co-create a new vision for humanity. And then when the doors open, we're going to have to move into action. Of course we are. But know right now, the reason why so many of us are asked to be still is so, first of all, we can deal with whatever's rising in us. But most importantly, they just said the most important part is, what is the new vision you want to co-create for your life? Because your life might look very different, very, very different than it did a month ago. Very different when we come out of this. So what do you want it to look like? What do you want it to look like? Get clear on the vision. Simply breathe and focus on your power and let others and opportunities flow to you. How powerful is that? That's just what they were saying. Let opportunities, let people, let adjacent possibilities that you've never even thought of flow to you. But it all comes from going within and having I love this unicorn energy, having that inner vision, right? That's what we're developing. Having a clear vision for what your life is going to look like on the other end of this. And it's not that we're attaching to it. It's not that we're wishful for it. They want to make that really clear. It's about surrendering into the stillness now, not wanting it to be anything else than what it is. Tuning into the potentiality for a different vision of my life, knowing that everything is going to be provided for me, no matter what, now and in the future. And they just said, dream your biggest dream. Dream your biggest dream. What does it look like? What is your new life going to look like? Okay, I'm just going to ask what, through the Cheryl Richardson's cards, what do we need to do regarding self-care this month, please? Let's set a card pull up. Take a walk in nature. Go outside. Be with nature. And like they said before, let nature speak to you. What animals are showing up for you? Connect back into the trees. Allow the silence of nature to fill your soul, is what they just said. Allow the breeze to clarify your energy. Allow the water to recharge you and nourish you. Allow the sunlight to expand your frequency. And they just said, and warm your soul. Allow the moonlight to shift you into another potentiality. Be out in nature as much as possible. They said, even if it's out on your deck, even if it's having a plant with you out on your deck, if you can't go further than that, being out in your yard, going out to a local park, some of us are still allowed to do that. Go taking a drive into the country and just walking through a field, walking through the trees. Connect back to nature. They just said to me, we've been so disconnected from Mother. We've been so disconnected with everything that she provides us every day. Fire, wind, water, air. Be in gratitude for all of it, because in a moment, life can shift. Remember the simplicity of life. Remember what you truly need to survive. And know that it's always provided for you. Let nature feed your soul right now. Listen to the birds. I love listening to the birds sing right now. I just said the birds have messages for you. Let Mother talk to you again. Let Mother ground you again. Let Mother feed you again. Let Mother bring you clean air again. Let Mother bring you clean water again. Let Mother nurture you. Let nature be the nurturer. Allow it to bring you the peace that you deserve and that your soul is crying out for. All right, beloveds. Anything else they want to say? More than anything, they want you to know that you're never alone. Even if you're alone in your home, you're never alone, that they're always with you. They're always guiding you, and you can connect into them at any time. Know that Mother's always with you through the vibration of nature. Again, that you're never alone. Take time to let the universe speak to you this month, please. And they just said again, stay open to adjacent possibilities as you co-create a new vision, an optimism. Let optimism reign, is what they just said. That's interesting. They just said to me, let optimism reign and let light rule. Let optimism reign and let light rule. They just said, take care of yourself. Make sure, again, you're surrounding yourself. Again, the Merkaba energy, the golden energy, golden rays of energy. Keep grounding your energy as much as possible. And keep connecting in this month to your highest potential. To your highest potential and your vision forward. Though we might not be moving into action yet, we are creating a vision forward for ourselves and for humanity. What does it look like? And they just said to me, be courageous in that. Be courageous in looking at things in a new way. And they just said to me, thank you for being in service to humanity at this time of influx and transition, is what they just said. Thank you. All right, beloveds, I'm going to hop off. I am sure this is running long compared to my last few months, but I hope you found this information and energy update helpful for you. I'm sure they'll probably ask me to come on mid-month with another update because things are changing so rapidly. But know the whole division. Let's get some clarity here on what you want your life to look like on the other side of it. They just said to me again, go to the void of everything and nothing. The answers are there for you. Okay, beloveds, much love to you, 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 much love to you. I send you so much love. We can do it. We can do it. We'll see you soon.